welcome to E-Town News, जहां आपको मिलेगा डेली डोज ऑफ बॉलीवुड न्यूज, फैशन ट्रेंड्स, टीवी एंड सोशल मीडिया से जुड़े हर अपडेट. A show which gives you the day's lowdown of all the best happenings in the world of glamour. तो इंतजार किस बात का? Let's take a look at today's headlines.
क्यों सलमान खान हुए इमोशनल? किस तरह का DIY हैक उर्फी जावेद ने दिखाया अपने फैंस को? किस एडवर्टाइजमेंट को बी टाउन सेलेब्स ने कहा शेमफुल एंड इनसेंसिटिव? एक डिओड्रेंट कमर्शियल को लेकर सेलेब्स ने दिखाया गुस्सा. इंफॉर्मेशन एंड ब्रॉडकास्ट मिनिस्ट्री ने इस एड का टेलीकास्ट रुकवाया. बॉलीवुड सेलेब्स ने एड को बताया बेहद इनसेंसिटिव. प्रियंका चोपड़ा और ऋतिक रोशन ने किया एक डिओड्रेंट कमर्शियल को स्लैम. साथ ही कई और बॉलीवुड सेलेब्स ने भी एक डिओड्रेंट ब्रांड के इस एडवर्टाइजमेंट को बताया इनसेंसिटिव और फिल्थी, जिसमें रिचा, चड्ढा और फरहान अख्तर जैसे बड़े नाम शामिल हैं. एक डिओड्रेंट ब्रांड के इस कमर्शियल को लेकर सेलेब्स में इतना गुस्सा था कि उन्होंने सोशल मीडिया पर खुलकर इसे क्रिटिसाइज किया. जहां रिचा चड्ढा ने ट्वीट करके इस तरह की एड फिल्म को बनाने के लिए एजेंसी को सू करने की बात कही है. शी ट्वीटेड, "This ad is not an accident. To make an ad, a brand goes through several layers of decision making, creatives, script, agency, client, casting. Does everything rape is a joke? Revelatory. This brand, the agency that made this ad, need to be sued for the filth they are serving." तो प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने इस पर कमेंट करते हुए लिखा, "Shameful and disgusting. How many levels of clearances did it take for this commercial to be greenlit? How many people thought this was okay? I am so glad that it was called out and now the ministry has taken it down. Appalling." ऋतिक रोशन ने भी अपने एक ट्वीट के जरिए इस कमर्शियल के अगेंस्ट अपनी आउटरेज एक्सप्रेस की. How could the entire team associated with this project think this was okay to make and showcase? He also added, "Kudos to the viewers for calling it out and the regulatory bodies for taking appropriate action." वहीं बॉलीवुड एक्टर एंड फिल्म मेकर फरहान अख्तर ट्वीटेड, "What incredibly tasteless and twisted minds it must take to think up, approve and create these stinking body spray gang rape innuendo ads. Shameful." ऐसे में जैसे ही ये इशू इंफॉर्मेशन एंड ब्रॉडकास्टिंग मिनिस्ट्री के नोटिस में आया, soon they asked YouTube and Twitter to take down the advertisement from their social media platforms. They issued an official note where they mentioned the videos were detrimental to the portrayal of women in the interest of decency and morality. Ministry of Information और Broadcasting के official Twitter handle पर uन्होंने इस बात की जानकारी भी दी थी. An inappropriate and derogatory advertisement of a deodorant is circulating on social media. INB Ministry has asked Twitter and YouTube to immediately pull down all instances of this ad. The TV channel on which it appeared has already pulled it down on directions of the ministry. बता दें, डिओड्रेंट के इस एड फिल्म में दिखाया गया है एक वुमन के पीछे 4 मेन खड़े हैं. The men are then heard saying, "There are 4 of us, but there's only one who will get a shot." जिसके बाद वो वुमन बहुत अनकंफर्टेबली उनकी तरफ पीछे मुड़ के देखती है. When one of them goes on to grab a single bottle of shot deodorant kept on a rack. ऐसे में नेटिजन्स का भी मानना है कि ये एड फिल्म रेप कल्चर को बढ़ावा देती है. सलमान खान हुए इमोशनल अपने स्ट्रगल डेज को याद करके. सलमान खान ने कहा सुनील शेट्टी, बोनी कपूर और रमेश तौरानी को थैंक्स. सुनील शेट्टी के दिए गिफ्ट को याद करके इमोशनल हुए सलमान खान. सलमान खान हुए इमोशनल. एक अवार्ड सेरेमनी के दौरान सलमान खान अपने पुराने दिनों को याद करके काफी इमोशनल हो गए. सलमान खान ने इस सेरेमनी में बोनी कपूर को भी थैंक किया. आपको बता दें कि अर्जुन कपूर और मलाइका अरोरा के अफेयर के बाद ऐसी न्यूज थी कि सलमान खान और बोनी कपूर के बीच दरार आ चुकी है. और इन खबरों को हवा तब मिली जब सलमान खान went ahead with राधे योर मोस्ट वांटेड भाई विदाउट बोनी कपूर. ऐसे में सलमान खान ने कहा, "Boni ji has helped me throughout my life. When my career hit a rough patch, Boni Kapoor gave me a film called Wanted. After that, he gave another film, No Entry, which marked the comeback of Anil Kapoor." वहीं टीयरी आइज के साथ सुनील शेट्टी के बारे में बात करते हुए सलमान खान said, "When I didn't have any money, actor Sunil Shetty had a shop called Mischief, and I was eyeing a pair of stone-wash jeans, boots, and a purse. I knew I couldn't afford it because I didn't have money, but Anna saw my eyes and decided to give me what I yearned." बोनी कपूर और सुनील शेट्टी के अलावा सलमान खान ने रमेश तौरानी को गॉड लाइक मैन बताकर उनको भी थैंक किया और बताया कि कैसे सुपरहिट फिल्म मैंने प्यार किया की सक्सेस के बाद उनके पास 6 महीने तक कोई काम नहीं था क्योंकि फिल्म का सारा क्रेडिट भाग्यश्री ले गई थी। After मैंने प्यार किया released, भाग्यश्री decided she didn't want to work anymore because she wanted to get married और वो पूरा क्रेडिट लेके चली गई। For 6 months, I had no movie and that's when a devta saman aadmi, Ramesh Taurani, entered my life. My father at that point of time paid 2,000 rupees and coaxed producer GP Sippi to make a fake announcement in a film industry magazine that he had signed me for a film. GP did that, but there was no picture. But Ramesh Taurani went to Sippi's office and paid rupees 5 lakh for the music of the film. It was because of those 5 lakhs that I finally got a film called Patthar Ke Phool, 1991. Thank you. Well, भले ही सलमान खान आज बॉलीवुड के सुपरस्टार हैं, लेकिन अपने करियर में उन्होंने भी कई उतार चढ़ाव देखे हैं। उर्फी जावेद हैं DIY स्टाइल क्वीन। उर्फी जावेद की DIY आउटफिट्स हैं कमाल। उर्फी जावेद को हेट मैसेजेस से लगा डर। उर्फी जावेद अपनी फैशनेबल रील्स को लेकर सोशल मीडिया पर छाई रहती हैं। उर्फी जावेद का हर DIY स्टाइल कमाल का होता है। हालांकि अपने बिजार फैशन सेंस की वजह से उन्हें कई बार नेटिजन्स और ट्रोल्स का भी निशाना बनना पड़ता है, लेकिन इससे उर्फी जावेद की स्पिरिट जरा भी कम नहीं होती और वो हर बार एकदम न्यू और हटके फैशन के साथ सबको फिर सरप्राइज कर देती हैं। अब उर्फी जावेद की ये लेटेस्ट DIY ड्रेस ही देख लीजिए, जिसे उन्होंने सैक से बनाया है। एंड वी मस्ट से उर्फी जावेद इसमें बेहद हॉट एंड सेक्सी लग रही हैं। वैसे सीरियल्स में एक्ट करने से पहले उर्फी जावेद वर्कड एज एन असिस्टेंट फैशन डिजाइनर इन दिल्ली और यही वजह है कि वो आउटफिट्स के साथ इतने एक्सपेरिमेंट्स करती रहती हैं। कभी टी-शर्ट्स से ड्रेस बना लेती हैं तो कभी चेन्स के साथ एक ग्लैम लुक में दिखाई देती हैं। उर्फी जावेद के स्कार्फ हैक्स भी काफी अच्छे होते हैं। और तो और उर्फी जावेद के टैंक टॉप ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस में वो बेहद सेक्सी नजर आती हैं। वैसे डेनिम स्कर्ट कभी आप कॉर्सेट बेल्ट की तरह कैरी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन DIY क्वीन उर्फी जावेद ये पूरे कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ कैरी करती दिखाई दी। यही नहीं, उर्फी जावेद के क्रेजी फैशन सेंस की वजह से वो बेडशीट से भी ड्रेस बना लेती हैं और साड़ी से उनका ये 2 पीस सेट भी काफी क्यूट है। उर्फी जावेद वाकई किसी भी आइटम या मटेरियल से अपना आउटफिट तैयार कर सकती हैं और जिसके कारण उन्हें सोशल मीडिया पर प्यार भी मिलता है, तो कुछ नेटिजन्स हमेशा उनके अगेंस्ट में खड़े रहते हैं। Recently, Urfi Javed took to her Instagram stories to share screenshots of hate messages and death threats she has received following the death of Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala. Urfi Javed captioned her story, "Just posting a few of the comments which I've received in the past few days. People wishing I died. Get shot by. We live in a cruel world, but let me tell you guys something. You guys need to pray harder for my death. 'Cause guess what? I'm here to stay." उर्फी जावेद ने इस कमेंट पर भी रिएक्ट किया जिसने सिद्धू मूसेवाला की जगह उन्हें होने की बात कही थी। She said, "I am nowhere involved in anyone's death. Rest in peace to the departed souls. But the way people want me dead is so scary." रिसेंटली अनन्या पांडे का एक वीडियो सामने आया है जिसमें वो पुष्पा का एक पॉपुलर सॉन्ग सामे के हुक स्टेप को करती देखी जा सकती हैं। अनन्या पांडे का डांस वीडियो उनके फैंस को बेहद क्यूट लग रहा है और वो इसे काफी पसंद भी कर रहे हैं। तेजस्वी प्रकाश और करण कुंद्रा काफी पॉपुलर कपल हैं। रिसेंटली दोनों को उनके शूटिंग सेट पर क्लिक किया गया जहां कैमरास पर दोनों बाइक राइड एंजॉय करते दिखे। अली खान के बाद मलाइका अरोरा भी टर्की में वेकेशन पर गई हैं. Recently, the actress shared her latest vacation pics in hot swimwear, giving yet another dose of eye candy in a blue monokini that is sure to make your heart skip a beat. इन पिक्चर्स को Instagram पर पोस्ट करते हुए मलाइका अरोरा captioned the post Sundays Turkish style #Turkish delight. नीतू कपूर और नोरा फतेही को रेट्रो लुक में पैप्स ने किया कैप्चर. दोनों अपने रियलिटी शो के शूट के लिए रेडी थी. जहां नीतू कपूर ग्रीन ब्लूइश साड़ी में स्टनिंग लग रही हैं, वहीं नोरा फतेही भी व्हाइट फ्लावर प्रिंटेड साड़ी लुक में हॉट लग रही हैं. यहां चिट चैट के दौरान नीतू कपूर ने बताया कि आज उनके जमाने का शूट चल रहा है और इसलिए उन्होंने ये अवतार लिया है.
आज रेट्रो है. हम लोग आज मेरा है एपिसोड, मेरे जमाने का.
Thank you.
नोरा ये both of you.
बस हो गया.
क्या समंथा रूथ प्रभु और रणवीर सिंह साथ आ रहे हैं किसी प्रोजेक्ट के लिए? समंथा रूथ प्रभु ने रिसेंटली एक पिक शेयर की विद रणवीर सिंह. समंथा रूथ प्रभु कैन बी सीन ड्रेस्ड इन अ यूनिफॉर्म विद अ बैज फीचरिंग हर नेम ऑन इट. रणवीर सिंह ऑन द अदर हैंड इज ड्रेस्ड कैजुअली इन अ ब्लू शर्ट. समंथा रूथ प्रभु ने इस पिक को शेयर करते हुए लिखा, द स्वीटेस्ट एवर एट रणवीर सिंह. Finally, after months of speculations, Amy Jackson has made her relationship with Ed Westwick official on social media. Amy Jackson ने Gossip Girl's Chuck Bass के साथ एक मशी पिक्चर पोस्ट करते हुए डेटिंग की न्यूज को कंफर्म किया है. While the Sing is Bling actress dropped a selfie with her boyfriend, Ed Westwick posted a photo where the duo is sitting on a bench. Amy Jackson wrapped her hand around Ed Westwick as she clicked a selfie with her lover. रणवीर सिंह, सलमान खान और आमिर खान जैसे बिग बॉलीवुड सेलेब्स को किया गया अनंत अंबानी की फियांसे राधिका मर्चेंट के आरंगेत्रम में स्पॉट. इसके साथ मुकेश अंबानी और नीता अंबानी की फ्यूचर डॉटर इन लॉ राधिका मर्चेंट ने अपना स्टेज डेब्यू किया है. बता दें, रणवीर सिंह और सलमान खान रिसेंटली ही एक अवार्ड फंक्शन को अटेंड करके लौटे हैं. Coming up on the show, शर्मा सिस्टर्स नेहा शर्मा और आयशा शर्मा ने किया जूम से एक्सक्लूसिवली इंटरैक्ट.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. My guests today are talented, independent, all ready to take over a new venture. I'm talking about the Sharma sisters. I'm talking about Neha Sharma and Sharma. Hello.
Hi. Thanks, Rudrani, for having us.
I really was excited and also a little surprised that you wanted to do this, because I have known you for a while to be someone who's really kept things under wrap, and particularly when it was your personal life, you guarded it with a lot of strength. So I want to know, did that scare you? Because with this show that you're doing, I know, shining with the Sharmas, and we'll have obvious comparisons with keeping up with the Kardashians and stuff like that, but हमारा देसी version में I'm sure there'll be a lot of things that won't go in that direction. But I still want to know, were you scared? You were putting a part of your life out there. And I also want to know, how much of your life are you putting it out there?
See, like you said, Rudrani, of course, I have always been a private person and I would like to keep it like that. But then I feel like with today's time, you remember when I started off, I mean, I was skeptical of being on Twitter, which is like not even an issue anymore. Like now there's Instagram and then there's Snapchat and then there's a lot of other things. And to stay relevant, you've got to go with the time. You can't be this person who believes in still staying super private and trying to still stay relevant. So I feel like our work now is also something that through our social media goes out to our fans, and that's the one way to connect with them directly. So with time, I've realized that I need to somewhere, share my life with them because they want to share it. So slowly with my socials, I've tried to be a lot more not so private, let's say it like that. And I've tried to share a part of my life. And I think, especially during the pandemic, there was a lot that me and Aisha were doing together because we were both isolated together. Like we were cooking and we were, gymming together. And a lot of people loved that. They loved the personal life of what I shared on my socials. And that's what the makers really liked. And they were like, we love the real you guys, because the real you is not something that you see in films or even on socials. I feel like a lot of people have someone else trying to put out things that they want.
Very curated.
Yeah, it's not real. So when they said that, I really love what you guys do and how you are in real, let's try and do something from the house. And like, we'll get the cameras to the bedroom and all. In the beginning, I was like, I don't know, because that's not something I've ever done, like how you said. But then I was like, keeping a few things, like, let's not take cameras to the bathroom to a certain extent, which we also ended up doing. But like,
You did?
yeah, we did. And so bedrooms was a question out of, obviously, like you say, let's not take the camera to the bedroom, let's not take the camera to the bathroom, but we eventually did. So I'm like, I did make exception on this show because it's a show with her, and I know that I'm gonna be comfortable. And somehow the team that we got to make the show was also people who we really gelled with, because otherwise we will not have them come into your personal space and shoot you and all. So eventually it just felt like you were at home and chilling, and it never felt like we were shooting for anything. So I actually enjoyed the process.
What are the kind of wrong advices, terrible advices that were doled out to you guys in the beginning of your career, which you kept saying that they were, that you didn't take eventually and you made your own path. But I think for women particularly, the advices are very sexist. And how did you deal with that sexism?
I mean, personally, I've heard of friends who were said, get a boob job and get a nose job and get all those things. Thankfully, no one said those things to me. So that was one thing that I didn't have to go towards at all. I had a lot of career advices, like, if you want to make it, then you probably... you probably will have to compromise on this or that, and then probably you'll get into the big A-league films or with A-list actors, or all of that was there. Advice which I really think was terrible from people who I think didn't know what is the right thing to do for themselves. So I was like, that was some rubbish advice that I got. But I know that people tend to give these free advices to everybody they can, and whoever takes it and probably regrets it a lot later. But yeah, those were there in the beginning. I don't know about Aisha.
And I have to say this, and I have to really thank social for it. This is where social media comes in, and you realize I've always loved the way I sound and my voice. I love it. I think it's, apart from all the other visual strengths, I love how different I sound. Thank you. And how different I sound. And when I do these Q&As on my social, all my fans unanimously, I get all these comments of kya awaaz hai, ye hai, wo hai. And when I was starting out, and kid you not, Rudrani, there was a casting director. I'm not going to name the casting director. She told me, you have it all, you have the looks, you have this, but awaaz kya karenge? It's so terrible. And when you're so young, you tend to believe it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, now how do you fix that? You can't change that. She's like, yeah, you have it all going. So, but what are you going to do about your voice? And I today definitely feel when you have an audience who's neutral sometimes, they love it. And I love it. And I feel, that's something which I feel today, even if you don't like how I sound, it's my biggest strength. So, because I don't want to sound like everyone else. So, when they tell me, awaaz kya karenge, that's a bullshit advice, which I wish at that time I would have told her, it's crap advice that you're giving me. And I remember that day I had come back and I was crying, and I told Neha, she told me, you have it all, but how are you going to make it? Awaaz kya karenge? And Neha being so protective, Neha is saying, oh, she's just bullshitting. That's what sisters do. But you don't believe it. And now I see everybody on my social, they love it. All my fans, especially, they love it. So,
yeah, this is one thing that I also feel, for anyone who's new to the industry, they need a good mentor, because there's so much bad advice that you get. I hope that they don't take it and change things in the way they look or, the way they are, because that's what makes you unique. So don't listen to the whole thing or change this, change that, get into this mold, because no, you're supposed to be you, and people will eventually like you for who you are and not the mold that's being projected as this is what works. Because this has worked in the past doesn't mean this is what will work forever.
Yeah, correct.
Both of you, same question. So quick answers. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do this. Okay. What's the weirdest rumor about you that makes you laugh?
That I have a boob job. The worst rumor. I have real boobs. There's nothing fake there. It's the worst rumors. I was like, what do you want me to say about it? I've always had tits since like 19. So that doesn't make sense.
Or natural?
Yeah. When it comes to my boobs, for sure. But I don't know. People just give, because everyone's getting one, so they'll tell you have a boob job. So that's a stupid rumor that I've heard about myself. You?
Rumor? I mean, I've heard too many now. like social media comments, let me say some. I mean, I don't know about rumors because they never come to me. But some comments like lesbian sister.
Yeah. That's like.
Yeah, I've read that. And that really makes me angry because I'm like, dude, if two people like each other as sisters, you have a certain bond, doesn't mean you're lesbian. Like, please hold your horses when you write such things. So yeah, that's one mean thing. Earlier it was like, I think
this was a good one. We get this lesbian sisters, but
this a lot on the comment section. And guys, seriously,
if you have a sister and if you really bond with your sister, what kind of comment is that?